Are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday morning here in my hometown. It's actually 8:30 a.m. But if you're using the New York time zone, it's exactly 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So I jump onto these live streams every single day. That's Monday to Friday to basically share the direction of the day on the Euro USD. As you all know, this is the world's most traded pair. So if you're actually a Forex trader, this is one of those pairs to always look out for. Now, I share this particular direction based off of my strategy, which is a 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So it is a profitable strategy, and I've traded this particular strategy for more than a year now. And I believe that if you are one of those people that have always been on these live streams, you very know that I always get this spot on. Obviously, this is a game of probabilities. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, but most of the times I get these directions correct. I always call them before they happen. And if you're an ardent follower of these live streams, you basically know that I always get this spot on. So today is yet another day where I'm going to be sharing exactly what I think the direction of the day is going to be like. But before we even get into that, the thing I would like to advise you guys is the fact that when you're trading, this is a game of probabilities. So the lesser things you do, the better it's going to be for you. So, for example, you always see people trading over 10 pairs. I mean, especially if you're a beginner, this is not an area you should be, getting into. You should only select out one pair that you're going to follow ardently, and then you'll be able to understand how this particular pair moves, what it does, when it does what, at what time. So these are the kinds of things you need to, acquaint yourself as you're trying to trade these forex markets. Do not be a jack of all trades, trying to jump onto this one, onto the other, onto the other. This will not end well for you. And then the other thing, pick out one strategy. I know you already have that one strategy that you understand very well. Try and backtest it to the very best so that you get all the data behind this strategy. And then this is how you're going to become profitable in these markets, guys. So I like to always acquaint myself with the fundamental side of the day to basically understand what the major news is on the fundamental side. Personally, I'm a technical trader, but I like to do this simply because you do not want to be trading that day when there's maybe some major news that has happened, and your technicals are on the opposite side of that news. You want to align yourself with the major news in the market. Guys, mark out the word major news. I always or only and only check out major news. If there's nothing major, then I'm not considering those fundamentals for that day. So for me, the routine I always go through is basically a very simple one. And the website I like to check out is bloomberg.com. So I'll be sharing my screen just in a bit to basically show you what I'm seeing on my side. So I'm sharing my screen right now. You should be able to see what I'm seeing on my end. So I'll be sharing it just in a bit so that you guys can be able to see what I'm seeing on my end. So yes, so I'm sure you can see my screen right now. So the website is bloomberg.com. It is the website I always check out. And with this website, it's one of those that basically shares the major fundamentals in these markets, guys. So for me, the pair trade is the Euro USD. And on this Euro USD, they're able to share some of the related news that this particular pair has. So I'll be checking out that just in a bit. So this is the related news section right here. So in case you're wondering how I go to this particular section here, when you visit bloomberg.com, you go under markets, then currencies, then you're able to select out Euro USD in case that's the pair you trade. For me, it is my pair of choice, and I've traded this particular pair only for over 2 years now. So with this particular strategy that I'm sharing with you guys, I've traded this for more than a year now. So I know this particular pair, how it moves, when it does what, when in the day. So so this is some of the related news. This is about China. I'm not concerned with that. Trump crypto plan could end Bitcoin's anarchic vision. So yen, this is about the yen. Market await Bank of Japan rate decision. Now, the current thing is the fact that Japan has actually increased its interest rates. So there's really nothing major on the euro and also the dollar. So there's nothing really major. European stocks advance on solid data before rate decisions. So there's really nothing major when we see here. So this basically means I will not be considering these fundamentals simply because there is nothing major. The keyword is major. So major news is what I actually look out for. If there's nothing major, then I'm not concerned with that. So then once I'm off Bloomberg.com, the other website I like to check out, today's 31st of July 2024. The other website I'd like to check out is forexfactory.com, and then I go under the calendar section. You can see we have so many red folder news that is going to drop today, the 31st of July 2024. So some of that on the euro, we have at 12 p.m. my local time, that's East African time. There's going to be CPI estimate. So that's at 12 p.m. Then at 3:15 or what you would call 8:15 New York time, there will be NFP. Then, employment cost index, then pending home sales, federal fund rate. That will be at 9 p.m. Then FOMC. So it is a jam-packed day, guys. So the reason I like to check out some of these news events is simply because there are traders out there that do not want to be in these markets as this news actually drops. So if you're one of those people, you can basically go ahead and exit your trades as this news drops, because sometimes maybe you've made some gains in terms of profits, and then as the news drops, it wipes all your profits out. So for some people, they don't want this to happen. So for me, I'm a person that actually uses this also as a catalyst. So once the news drops, I look to actually take my trades in the direction that I feel the news is communicating. So so that's the kind of person that I am. And when it gets to my strategy, these are some of the results my strategy has yielded me for over a year now. So when I see here, or when you look at my screen, you can see under my monthly comments. So I've been having green months. So you can see all these are green months, guys. That's from May of last year when I started religiously trading this particular strategy. So you can see these are green months all the way through. These are all green months, guys. So this is the type of strategy that I trade. Then when you look at the percentage gains in terms of profits, it's nothing really, it's nothing, bizarre. It's nothing extravagant. There are some, there are some influencers out there. I like to call them scam artists because they are lying to you. They tend to tell you, with my strategy, you're going to be getting maybe a 50% profit addition onto your equity every month. Guys, this is not how trading works. With trading, be okay with getting a 5%. So you can see May, I had a 5%, June 6%, July 7%, August, I had a 1%. Then October, I had a 23%. Then when it came to this year, January, I had an 18%. February at 4%, March at 7%. April has so far been my best year, and I had an 25%. Then when it came to June to May, I had a 12%, and June I had a 5%, guys. So that's the type of strategy. I'm not promising you anything crazy. I just want you guys to win the way I'm winning, guys. So this is the type of strategy that I trade. So if you're interested, this is the same exact live stream where I'm going to be sharing everything about the strategy, so that if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, probably this could be one of those strategies that you consider trading. So in case you're wondering the type of strategy that I trade, as I've told you, it is a 50% win rate strategy, a strategy that utilizes the daily candle. I basically like to see how the open, high, low, and close of the day was for the previous day's candle. So this is where I actually determine my entries. This is where I determine my areas of interest to be able to enter these markets, guys. So this is how I trade. So in that previous day's candle, there's always what I call an area of interest, basically an area that price left. This could be either an order block, or maybe a fair value gap, or equal highs or equal lows. So these are the areas of interest I like to look out for, because it's from these areas of interest that price always on the next day it likes to tap back into these areas of interest. And then once it has tapped back in those areas of interest, price continues in the opposite direction. So this is how I trade, and these are the results that I've just showed you, that this particular strategy is able to give me, or able to show me, guys. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now to be able to show you exactly how I'm going to be looking at the direction of the day for this particular day, which is the 31st of October, the 31st of July, 2024. This is the last month of, this is the last day of this particular month. So if you're someone who maybe is looking for a strategy, you can start this next month, which is the month of August, with this new strategy, and start trading it religiously, guys. So you can see this is what we have on the charts. On the charts right here. So the areas of interest, when I look at the previous day, this is on the 1 hour time frame. So if I'm to look at the previous day, which was the 30th of July 2024, so the previous day, I can see there's an area of interest right here, which is an order block. So price left an order block right here as it was expanding to the downside. Right here, it formed an order block right here. It also formed a fair value gap as it was trying to expand to the downside. So this, remember, this is on the 1 hour. This is where I'm currently doing my analysis. So analysis is being done on this 1 hour. So it left an area of interest as this fair value gap. Maybe let me try and pin my line very well, so that I'm able to mark that out very well, because I want price to get there, then I react. So I'm personally someone who basically reacts off what price has done. I don't think for this price, there are some of those influencers out there on Sunday, they sit down, then they're able to, tell you that Monday price will do this, Tuesday it will do this, Wednesday it will do this, Thursday it will do this, Friday, this is exactly what it will do. So I'm not that kind of person. Me, I react off what price has done or what price has showed me. So I'm looking at this particular area. Once price gets to this level, which is 1.08358, when price gets to that level, then I'll be looking to actually take that trade. I'll be looking to basically react off that particular level if price gets there. So that's one area of interest. Another area of interest is down here. So the other area of interest, so maybe before I even get to this other area of interest, so this is what I'm looking at price doing. I would like to see price, come all the way up here. Once it has tapped out, actually doesn't do this, then I would expect it to come all the way down here. There's this other block down here. So once price has actually taken out the stops that are resting below this particular area here, this is an order block that was formed yesterday. So once price has taken this out, then I'll be looking to actually taking my trades to the upper side, basically trying to see what price is going to do next. So I'm closely monitoring. So once price gets to these levels, then I'll be looking to actually take my trades. So area number one is this right here, 1.08358. Once price gets there, I look to actually react off what price would have done. Or if price actually comes instead down here at this area, 1.08084, once price gets to this level, I'll be closely monitoring so that I'm able to take my trade. So this is how I'm going to make my entries. And when it comes to entries, I always enter on the 5-minute time frame. And what I look out for is what I call an inversion fair value gap. So once price gets here, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame and then look out for what I call an inversion fair value gap. Now, an inversion fair value gap is something like this. So for example, you see this, this fair value gap from here up to about here. Maybe let me mark that out so that you're able to see it very well. So there's a fair value gap that was right here. So this was from here to here on this. So once price inversed, this is the candle that inversed this fair value gap. It basically closed the fair value gap. But now here with my entries, I'm talking about the 5-minute time frame. That's when I'm looking out for this inversion fair value gap. So value gap. So once price inverses the fair value gaps on the 5-minute time frame, this is when I look to actually enter or make my entries. And when it comes to my stop loss, I use a 10 pip stop loss. And then when it comes to the take profit, I always use a 30 pips stop loss. So sorry, I use a 30 pips. I use 30 pips as my take profit. And this is what works for me because over time, for all the time I've been trading this particular pair, I've basically noticed that on average, price at least moves 30 pips every single day. So I like to always, take advantage of this, and I only target 30 pips. So 10 pips as my stop loss, and then when it comes to the take profit, it is 30 pips in these markets. That's all I'm looking out for. But as I always told you, I look to actually squeeze this to a 1 to 4. So that means I can hold this trade up to when maybe it gives me a 1 to 4. So that is basically what I try to look out for in the market. So once price gives me this, I'm out. I don't want to be too greedy. There are people out there that are so greedy that they end up actually giving back what they've made from these markets. So I'm not that type of person. I like to take what the market gives me. So once I've seen it has given me what I expected, I get out, I jump out. I'm content. I'm comfortable with what price has given me. I don't want to overstretch it, guys. So as we close this, I so when it comes to my session of trading, I always enter during this London session, and I look to actually for price to actually take out, for example, this level at least by that will be at least up to about 11:59 a.m. my local time, or if you're using the New York time, it will be, I look to actually price taking out this or this other level at least by that will be at least up to about 4:59 a.m. in the morning. So if price hasn't done that by that time, then I'm not trading that day. So these are basically rules that I set for myself. You can as well adopt the same rules if you feel they are the kind of rules that you would like to abide by. But for me, I set these for myself so that I'm able, to minimize some of those minor mistakes or minor losses that I might end up taking in the market. So I try to, stay within these parameters to be able to protect myself psychologically and also protect my capital, guys. So this is how I trade, and it's how I've traded for more than a year now. So in case of any questions that you might be having for me, you can jump down in the comments. Let me know exactly what you think about this particular direction of the day, or even just these live streams. You can always get into the comment section and let me know about what you feel. And the other thing I like to put out there is the fact that, guys, please try and manage your risk right. Try and manage your risk right. If you do not manage your risk, you will not be profitable in this market. So try and manage your risk well. If you do not manage your risk well, you will not become profitable, guys. So this is it for today. In case of any questions, remember to leave them down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be catching you tomorrow, same time tomorrow.